my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul.
You gotta be God, June. Oh.
Absolutely devastating.
He's actually in a really good spot for his teammate to watch over him and give him assistance, but no one really watching the main run up. And oh, what a trophy system collateral kill!
Oh, they gotta get on the point. They gotta get on the point. They're gonna run out of time. Can they contest? They are with 1.4 seconds. And Phil is gonna go down. We are gonna be seeing him now. No, out of the point, and Wave Runners by the skin of their teeth. They're gonna be able to hold on.
And he played from horse. Holy! He's gonna get another one.
As Koi will quick scope heavy.
But it's gonna not necessarily translate to the bottom lane, as Legacy just being an absolute nuisance here with his team just taking such a back control here.
Team kill is gonna get hustled down to 2v2. They should have had the man up, and now Austin's gonna try to get one. He's gonna look for the double, can't quite get it. Zuxium, the last man alive, and now it's Zuxium trying to finish off the team. He's gonna stun there, C1. One's gonna push out, it's gonna get taken out. Zuxium can finish it right here, 7 points left. Taking out another one more pushes out. He's gonna get taken out by a teammate, and that's gonna be Hype Esports taking map number 1.
I see it now, I see it now.
It's cross-divisional week here for K7 Season 3, Week 5, game number 40 on our schedule. My name's McCormiel. Alongside myself is Shifty HJP, Hunty Pendergrass. Hunter, yeah, you know what? Either way works, you know? He's my little Hunty. He's my little Hunty. But folks, the Tiny Wayne gang is back in commission, and we are finally ready to go for another great matchup here tonight. Brett and Shifty had a fantastic match to start us off with, where God Gaming got a control win.
Yeah, I know.
2-5.
Finally.
It got a control win, so that's a step in the right direction. In this game, we've got two 2-2 teams. I know it's a lot of twos right there, but however, both of these teams looking to go above 500. Unfortunately, only one of them will get to that illustrious mark. But with 6-8 for the side of Hyped Esports and map count, 8-7 for Rated White and map count. Again, both teams at 2-2. This one's looking to be a barn burner.
It definitely is. We've got two teams that are right on the cusp of greatness, if you will, within their division. And again, one team going to walk out one match in the positive over that 500 mark. Oh, so important, especially through about the halfway point of the season. So we'll want to see them come out, and both teams definitely going to be a slobber knocker, as we'll see who can take the better of one another in this best of 5. Can we please, Connie? By the way, big shout out to Connie running the boards back behind us. I love that man.
He gets me going, honestly.
I like
I step in a Discord call with him, and the waterfall just starts flowing. But
ooh, baby.
So please. Shifty, where are you going to take us here? You know what?
What are you decide?
It's our maps and modes. Map number 1, we've got a Moscow hardpoint. Raid S&D for map number 2. For the control, a little bit of checkmate. For map number 4, if we got to go to the distance, it's going to be a raid hardpoint. And finally, for S&D, we end where we started with a Moscow search and destroy presented by GitGudHosts. Those are your maps and your modes. Looking at the two teams, though, here in this best of 5 series, starting out with our first team, Rated White. It's going to be Kaiser, Koi, Freshie, Wartech, and of course, did I get all of them? I'm honestly, I was just like I was so stuck in like the 5-man from last year that I just was like automatically going off of like 5 names right there. So I apologize, but that's the side of Rated White. Going over to the side of Hyped Esports, however, the 4 main players we have on that roster: Keys, RAL, and Raul, Damon, and Josie will round out that 4-man roster. And of course, we got to thank our partners here at K7 League: GitGudHosts, DropShotStats, Gamers Resort, DesignByYou.com, and of course, Rogue Energy. Without them, it's not possible. But Shifty, we got a match to talk about now. Starting out on Moscow. I'm just not having a good night already. It's not great, but
Moscow.
Moscow. All the way down from North Texas is Moscow.
Hey, but I will say one thing that, all jokes aside, will appear pretty even is take a look at this lookout provided to us by DropShotStats. pretty even across the board, truthfully. I mean, 100th of a KD point between these two teams in terms of overall kill death ratio, and that map record very close, as you highlighted earlier. The hard points might potentially be one to for one team to start to pull ahead here. Everything else looking pretty similar, but that control also, Rated White only losing one across the 4 maps. So definitely a little bit stacked in terms of Rated White's favor, at least based on the lookout.
Yeah.
But you and I both know that this is all about who shows up to play. And if Hype Esports, along with Josie, that new 4th that they're bringing in for this week, could very, very well come out hot here and propel themselves forward above 500.
Shifty, on paper, this matchup looks like one of the closest matchups we'll probably see throughout the regular season of the K7 League. However, in all actuality, is it going to be as close as we have seen in the statistics? That is yet to be proven. Of course, it's all going to start here with Moscow for map number 1. Talking about Moscow a little bit more in depth, specifically speaking for points 2 and 3. I feel like we have to hit on this every single time we talk about Moscow because of how big and really how much of a lead you can grow off of just point 2 and 3 alone. But getting rotations early, the biggest thing here on Moscow. From P2 to 3, really, you're looking to get out about 25-30 seconds left and potentially even spawn your team all the way back in police department. You know, say you're holding with about 20 seconds left, right? And you've got 2 players there, 2 players already rotated out. If they're going to push for 20-25 seconds of scrap time, you are well and fine with allowing the last 2 players alive from your team to just fall, wait for the respawn block for like a half second that you need to, then respawn back in all the way back over towards the next P3 hill. And well, you're riding scot-free, or at least should be, for at least 60 seconds of time. And really, if you can hold down that P3, P4 should be no more than a breeze for you to go ahead, and that'll be our first set of rotations. And then it's all said and done, we get back to the middle once again for a little bit of congestion. But as now we'll go ahead and take a look at the flyover for our beautiful Moscow map. It's a map that I've liked since the very beginning of this game in the beta, Shifty. And really, it's kind of been a hallmark of this game in terms of fluky spawns, but they've gotten better over time. And that's the thing that we got to highlight the most here, is that even though the spawns can be relatively uneasy on this map, it still allows for a lot of potential in the way that you can play this map with your team.
Well, and I think a lot of that has to boil down to, as players play the map more, they begin to understand how to influence those spawns a little bit better. Granted, there are definitely those weird moments of, you know, just Call of Duty spawns, but especially across this game, on this map especially, where those spawn influences are going to be so important. Let's see who can win the major rotational battle, as both teams pinstripe kill feed at the absolute definition through the first 20 seconds of that hard point. Rated White only able to attain 2 seconds as Hype now trying to answer back, but 2 big kills, almost 3 from Rated White, but Hype Esports will eat up that scrap time.
Well, we said an even match coming into this one, and during that first hardpoint, that is exactly all we saw. Trades back and forth for both of these two teams to open us off and kick off point number 1 here on Moscow. 16 seconds left. We're looking towards the rotations. Hype Esports, they don't have it currently. However, Rated White's got to be very careful here with player number 7 pushed up to Eskies. Not pushed up too far to where they lose those spawns. Could have been a little bit more of a different story if he would actually push down those Eskies into middle map. Is making a great play to spawn the side of Hype Esports all the way down towards that south side of the map, back towards the bank. They're going to have to run all the way through B Street to even start to get an opportunity to contest this hard point. Rated White, they're on the back foot, or at least were on the back foot at the beginning of this match, started to claw their way back in just every single form. And, well, here comes the contest. Hype Esports, they try to get in for the min, but Rated White, they're going to be there to hold the time.
Yeah, that time going to be oh so important, especially for P2 being one of those swing hills. But Josie, he's going to be absolutely huge for the side of Hype Esports if he can stay alive in the back and allow his teammates to make a push. That is a full break from the side of P2, at least for the moment. But Freshie coming in and cleaning up the scraps for the side of Rated White, as he will assure the last little bit of scrap time here. Again, during P1, we saw Hype Esports edge out a very small lead, and Rated White answering back in their own form and fashion, as P3 rotations initially going to go in favor of Hype here.
Well, that showed me that Rated White not only can hold down a hard point, but even if things get rough, when Hype Esports is able to send basically everybody in the kitchen sink towards the hard point, Rated White can hold strong and be able to retake a hard point after they've held it down for the time being. Hype Esports, though, on the flip side, Rated White needs to go ahead and break. They've got this hold here for a little bit of time. 15 seconds have ticked off the clock thus far, but through the front, it's going to be very difficult to break. However, Elbow player will fall over the top. Keys will find his demise as well. Josie on the head glitch. Somehow Kaiser comes through. 3 kills with the Krig. It wasn't pretty for the side of Hype eSports, but Rated White, you're sitting pretty here inside of the point. You've got yourself a nice clean break to start things out, and most importantly, Hype eSports, well, they're spawning all the way out towards Eski's, going to have to break this either through middle map or just chalk it up and rotate over towards P4.
Oh my goodness, rotation, definitely a good idea for the side of Hyped Esports as Kaiser basically single-handedly continuing to pick them apart over towards P3 as now he's got a 4 streak. The 7-3 as he is. Now this hill will rotate in about 5 seconds. Koi, a big member to watch for the side of Rated White as he's going to try and pick up some entries. He will be able to do so onto Damon, but without the rest of his teammate to follow suit, it may be fruitless as for right now, while Rated White is getting the good spawn, Hyped Esports looking primed to take at least about 10 seconds.
Josie started out 2 and 4, looking to continue this streak of 3 that he's on. Gets the 4th kill. Now Freshie going for the challenge here. Not going to happen. 5 in a row now from Josie. Chat was ranting and raving about this player before the match started. Well, there he is showing his prowess here in map number 1. Semtex in the top. Stun's going to fly through as well. Kaiser's there holding the time. For the side of Rated White right now, they'll eclipse the triple digits here in map number 1. Jumping in towards it is going to be Josie who finds the demise and unfortunately won't be able to find streaks in his current life. However, an opportunity for more as Koi and Kaiser both on 4 sprees. Now a 2 streak for Wartech. They've got rotations back to middle map, but they've got to be careful. Player number 3 and Damon playing his life here over towards the tree. Kaiser pushes up the map. Oh my goodness. The crisp little headshot right there. The bullet magnetism will find the kill. Hyped Esports, they've got a rotation opportunity here for themselves. Can they go ahead and take it as the kill feed remains to be back and forth?
Well, with P1 being such a scrappy hill, I'm not sure if they'll be able to press any kind of advantage or at least bring themselves back into the game here for the side of Hyped Esports, but Rated White doing a damn good job at that on the back of Wartech, who's got a 4 kill streak rather, and Koi, as they had combined for 11 straight kills before the caster curse got the better of him. But my goodness, Rated White is on a roll right now. It's finally some offensive prowess from the side of Hyped Esports, but again, a little too late for P1 for the second set of rotations, but looking good as the side of Hyped Esports as they can eat up this scrap, and they also have the rotations for P2.
4-man Esky push here from the side of Rated White. Will it go in their favor? Well, for the time it will, but it's only going to be about 10 seconds that they gain from this. It's going to be more importantly now about winning those key one-on-one gunfights to get themselves in towards that next point. Keys, great shots, but somehow remains and finds the kill. Koi finds one, but really it's going to be 4 down for the side of Rated White. Last one in middle map is player number 7 and Freshie, looking to wait for his teammates to push up through the map. Keys is going to have another one-on-one here with this player pushing up. They've got a player as he comes around the corner. Freshie finds one. Kaiser there. Streak comes through for Koi, takes out a teammate in the process. However, that's the opening that they needed to get inside of the point. They'll at least get inside of the hill for the time being. But that's another retake there from Hyped Esports. And basically the inverse of what we saw, where Rated White held down that back P2 and was able to break back, even though Hyped Esports came through the front door for a little bit of time. This time it's Hyped Esports that hold on after Rated White busts through the front door. This side of Hyped Esports, though, you want to let the side of Rated White go ahead and get those last couple of kills. Even though they have a player pushed up the map and you're going to get those spawns, that's an opportunity for you to flip out.
Absolutely. I mean, the P3 spawn's oh so important, and Rated White looking primed and ready to go for that hard point to pop here in another second. And now P3 is live for the second set of rotations. Freshie on your screen is going to watch 1 and 2 players from Hyped Esports come through the middle area. However, will get cleaned up by Josie, so the defensive play not working out for the side of Rated White as we see a full retake and potential spawn flip here from the side of Hyped Esports if they can continue the slaying, but will not due to an unfortunate team kill from Damon there, and that's a prime example of a mistake that cannot happen in a position like that.
Some choose the QBZ in this meta, however, with a game-high 19 points. I mean, that's just right there. That just goes to encapsulate the brain power behind that push there from Kaiser. You know, it might be a great decision to pull out the FFAR, but the second you're going to make a good point about somebody's choice of weaponry, they quite literally blow it up in your face.
That is amazing. Oh my goodness gracious. Is Kaiser, though, putting in some work with this FFAR, at least currently, is put some sloppy spam shots, but will eventually get the kill. there is honestly, he can toy around with the side of Hyped Esports at this point, as Rated White looking primed and ready to finish this game off.
Hearing toy around with and primed and ready in back-to-back sentences is something I will never take lightly. However, as we pushed up the map here, Kaiser looking with the FFAR once again, still a game high in kills and leads his team now on a 3 spree, make it a 4 minute 30 seconds in the hill, snaps onto the next player. They're trying to close it out, not on this hard point, obviously, because there's not enough time left, but over towards that next rotation as well and get damn near close to being able to take this win here. However, with Koi finding one, Koi finds a second, trades there for his teammates. They retain that hard point time. They're going to be about at 240. Once this hard point is over, the rotation to middle map, it's owned by Hyped Esports, but this one's just about over.
Oh my goodness gracious, this Rated White looking ready to run away with this one in a dominating fashion as Koi will take a 5th and a 6th straight kill. Kaiser will assert his way into the hill now as well, as Hyped Esports getting those back P2 spawns, and it's going to be a huge set of kills if they can try and break in, but they may have done enough. Rated White will take a demanding victory in map number 1 here on Moscow.
That's just a good map all around, really. Speaking in realistic terms, I mean, Rated White just played the better map. I mean, we saw at the very beginning, it started out with that first retake onto that P2 hardpoint over the side of Hyped Esports when they broke in for a little bit of time, and after that, it was just break after break. The side of Hyped Esports, even though they got out to rotate early to P3, something that I talked about beforehand that was going to be crucial here in this match. Although it's crucial to rotate early, you got to be able to hold the damn hard point in order for it to be effective, and they weren't able to do that. But again, a bounce back mode for Search and Destroy, sure, but just talking about that hard point a little bit more, if you are the side of Hyped Esports, it's an opportunity for, of course, you to have a little bit of learning tactics in the back of your mind now, saying, okay, we can go back and watch this a little bit and see, you know, where we necessarily screwed up a little bit on. But more importantly, Rated White, if you're looking for a jump start to your season to get you not only over 500 here, but to start maybe a potential momentum swing for playoffs, this is a great way to start it off by winning a hard point against a formidable opponent. So again, realistically speaking, that's a great way to start a series, but more importantly, a great start of momentum for hard points specifically for the side of Rated White.
Absolutely. I mean, especially with these two teams on paper being so even, to come out and take a demanding victory like that by 120 plus points, that's a statement, to say the least, for the side of Rated White. And I think they can ride that lightning into map number 2, and we'll see how that S&D goes. I'm excited to see if maybe the play styles will change up based on with Josie being that new 4th here for this week for Hyped Esports. We'll see how the S&D goes. And truthfully, I think we may see them bounce back here, but if you continue that respawn performance like you did in map number 1, it's all going to be fruitless. So definitely a big swing game here. If they can maybe come out and take a demanding victory in the side of Hyped Esports, then they may be in okay position moving into map number 3. But if not, this is pretty much chalked.
We'll say, S&D, we've seen some crazy comebacks. We've seen some wild stuff. Last week we had an interesting S&D on our hands. I'm not sure if you remember everything that happened inside of that, but it was a 6-4 game that saw a lot of how you say, I don't want to be mean. Never mind. I'm not. You know what they say? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So we're not going to say that. However, we did see Rated White and S&D last week. And although it wasn't spectacular, they also played a good game of Search and Destroy. That was their weak spot, though, against the opponent that they played against. So going into Raid, it's going to be one of those maps to where either A, it's playing extremely fast through middle map, or you're going to be playing a bit slower and letting those ARs get those first picks over either towards A or B. And even though middle map control is huge, from what I've seen in the top amateur scene sphere compared to what we see, you know, even at like top 64 level of Search and Destroy gameplay on Raid, even though it's fast, it's not as fast up through middle map and just trying to whale yourself for that control. It's realistically more about just getting either towards A or B and getting that first or second pick.
Well, and you and I know that as players begin to place better, the confidence level begins to rise. And a lot of times those brute force middle takes are just boiled down to a team who thinks they're better than you. So, and sometimes that's the attitude you have to play with on S&D, and we'll see if either team does kind of bring out that energy here for the Raid S&D. Again, welcome to K7 Match Day here on Thursday night. I am Shifty, joined by Corn. As if you missed map number 1, then you would have seen an ass whooping in favor of the side of Rated White. Is currently looking for Hype eSports to bounce back in a big way here in map number 2. They will start on the offensive. Let's see if they can make anything happen, as they're looking primed to hit a full A hit.
Well, Vortex going to be the first one spotted out, and while you just had 3 men to the face, great way to start an S&D match with 3 barbarians sprinting straight for you. 45 seconds left here on the clock. Now a retake opportunity for the side of Rated White, and it starts with that first kill there onto Josie. Damon, though, the first player to get a kill inside of this round. Kaiser retaliates with one of his own. Now another opportunity for Damon, but he's found 2. Not able to find the trade, though. They've got to look for a player up in towards top bedroom. They'll do so, but Koya, unfortunately, will find his teammate in the process. 1 versus 1. Wrap out to the side. Just about 20 seconds left to work with here. Over towards the right, he takes a little bit of a peek. FFAR versus the 74U. Is he going to hop on the bomb? Is he going to check for this player? Oh, a little peekaboo here. Shots come through. 11 seconds, now 10. Plays with his life, escaping. Oh, dipping, diving, dodging around. Will win the round for his teammate and find the kill in the process. Hype eSports. They'll take round number 1 in the search and destroy.
What a great, patient 1v1 play there from Damon, as he knew the bomb was getting ready to explode. And honestly, the real play there was Koi taking out his teammate. That's super unfortunate because, I mean, with the numbers advantage and trying to retake that bomb is almost a necessity. Koi, unfortunately, will limit his team's chances, as not only did he take a teammate down, but losing the 1v1 in the process, as Hyped eSports will take that 1-0 lead. Rated White back on the offensive, looking to counter with some quick A offense of their own, potentially breaking up towards the middle map as the side of Freshy. Vortec very, very wisely going to sit behind this rock and very comfortably plant the bomb.
Crawls up. Doesn't expel his life just yet. Damon, though, still on a 3 spree. It's an opportunity here to potentially not only go a little bit further towards potentially acquiring some streaks, but he's got the hot hand right now for Hyped eSports and help them to that first round win. Solidify over towards the back. Will unfortunately fall to his demise there to Koi, and, well, that was as fast as you were blinking. It was over. 1-1, we're tied now as Rated White. A flawless round from them. Help them get their first round win in the search.
Yeah, flawless round. Definitely how you want to bounce back after the unfortunate round 1 scenario that you found yourself in. So, very hot answer from the side of Rated White, and I feel like on Raid, we've been seeing that a whole lot more recently here. We've seen the teams very, very quickly and efficiently taking control of one bomb site, and then at that point, it's all about watching your entry angles, and Rated White showcasing that there as they take the second round. Now, a very quick offensive middle hit. Corn, we're getting to see what you wanted, is full 4-man assault from the side of Hyped eSports, and they will not beat the benefactor of it. Now a 2v1 in favor of Rated White.
Well, that was just a dogfight if you really want to ask me about that. But Josie now in a 1 versus 2. Koi.
What was the
Freshy? Don't ask. This is a don't ask, don't tell policy. But as Josie comes around the corner, and just narrowly escapes the line of sight there from Koi up top. Back around towards the kitchen. We'll look for the player middle map, and Freshy might get some unfortunate timing here if he comes around the corner just a little bit too quickly. Freshy slides around. Josie finds the kill. 38 seconds. 1 versus 1. Bomb can now go down over towards this A site, since I believe he knows that Koi is in that upper window. The question is Koi going to be able to get there in time to find the kill onto the planter? No. Just going to be a couple of seconds too late, but as Josie flies over to the right, comes around the corner just a little bit.
Koi not see him?
1 versus 1. Here we go, Shifty.
Oh my god, I don't think Koi saw him.
No, he didn't.
Now he's pushing up towards the bomb. Will he stick the defuse? No, he doesn't. It's really and truthfully, Josie doing a great job here playing defenses. Knows Koi's gonna be towards that bomb site, still looking the complete wrong direction, as this is what I like to call nervous S&D, ladies and gentlemen. Koi will cop the defuse, but Hyped on the back of a 1v2 from Josie will steal the 3rd round. What just happened?
I mean, Shifty, he had 25 seconds to go for the defuse, and obviously you don't know where your opponent is. You're just waiting.
But I said that's nervous S&D, baby.
It is. It is nervous S&D, Shifty, and sometimes you just got to grow a pair and hop on the defuse. But again, you never know, and unfortunately, right there, just to your point out, the benefactor of that positioning and playing. However, Rated White. Bomb in hand, bomb in tow. Looking to push on over here towards our right side. And Freshman will find that first kill. Josie, 1 versus 2 last time. We'll get double teamed here. Now a 2 versus 4 with Rated White having the bomb going over to the B site. That's going to get planted as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to say about that.
You know what, Shifty?
Rated White has taken 2 of the 4 rounds, and the 2 rounds that they've taken have been flawless. So the 2 rounds that they have taken and slotted in that round win column, they have not lost a life. So
on offense as well.
Yeah, I know, definitely odd, but again, we talked about that earlier, the being able to assert your dominance across the map and ensure that you play like you're the better team, and that's exactly what we've seen Rated White do on the offenses.
We'll see if eSports can keep their offensive train alive, their streak going here in another round. They're going to take this one over towards A, at least for the time being. Their preliminary push will go under towards that bottom bedroom, and well, Kaiser will find one there on the Relidify in middle map, and God, he is not having a great series. 0-5 here in the Search and Destroy. Did not have that great game in map number 1 either. It's been a struggle bus thus far. Going to have to get a little bit of momentum on your side. And really, when you're starting at 0-5, you're just looking for that first kill to then get going. But getting that first kill can seem like the toughest task that you've had to deal with in your entire COD career. Let me tell you, from experience, I can't shoot straight. But when you can't shoot straight paired with you being 0-5, oh, it's a feeling that you cannot get rid of.
Absolutely. I mean, a dark cloud that hangs over your shoulders, to say the least, for the side of Ral over on Hyped Esports, as he is 0-5. But 1-9 combined between him and Keys. So to say he's the only weight holding them down is definitely, something that's not crossing his mind, as Kaiser will take that second straight kill onto Damon there as the bomb down in a precarious position. Keys will drop as well. It's all falling apart for the side of Hyped Esports. Josie now left alive, and what is realistically a round loss as Rated White will take the first defense of the match too, and that's huge for changing this momentum.
2 rounds in a row. Rated White. Folks, if you weren't here for map number 1, it was anything but close. Set of Rated White really just drove the point home that they are the superior respawn team, at least for map number 1. However, in the Search and Destroy, we saw a little bit of a different story, at least during round number 1. The offenses traded back and forth here until that previous round where we saw Rated White win the first defensive round of the game for both of these 2 teams. And well, they'll go back onto offense and try to continue their streak this time as Hype Esports looking to shut down the offensive push. But Shifty, realistically speaking, over towards B, it's going to be a 2-2 setup for the side of Rated White on defense. What are we looking to see here from the side of Hype Esports beside the first pick?
I mean, honestly, from Hyped, we need to see them converge towards the middle of the map. They've got the information that they're hauling B, rather, as those nades do come in. Keys will pick up a nice first blood, at least putting that numbers advantage in favor of Hyped, but the bomb has been planted. Not a good position, as nobody around from the side of Hyped quite yet to make any kind of counterplay or retake, as Koi will see Keys on his screen, now getting tagged up from the outskirts as well. And honestly, he's doing such a huge job holding down this bomb site as Rao. What are you doing, friend? Why did you challenge that, as Koi putting him down, to say the least, and the melee coming in, just adding insult to injury. Rated White is on a roll.
3 rounds in a row. Koi, I hate to use this terminology, but just shafted Rao out of the top window right there.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's utterly disrespectful.
Yeah, you just can't have that happen. I mean, in what essentially was a 3v3 there, you can't let that happen.
That might be an understatement there, Shifty. Unfortunate as it may seem, 2 players, 2 ARs over the top, and another unfortunate factor here. 1 more kill away. Well, it's unfortunate to the team, but rather fortunate for us as we get to see a brand new agent potentially be joining the agency here. 0-6 in the S&D, potentially going 007 here and being our new James Bond cast. And well, as Josie and Damon fall, 2 versus. Oh no, he didn't. Okay. Oh! Stab him in the neck and call him Poppy.
Stop it right now. That was just unnecessary. Daddy. That was just unnecessary, as Rated White is absolutely driving the nail into the coffins of Hyped Esports.
You should have said knife into the jugular.
I should have.
You should have.
Oh my God, what? Nope, I'm done casting. Connie, you want to take it over from here?
No, if you do that, I'll kiss Connie. So maybe Connie will actually want you to do that.
By the way, can we talk about 3 and 14 across Rao and Keys right now from the side of Hype Esports? Definitely not what you want.
Look, it's one of those games, man. It's okay. It's one of those games you got to take a step back and enjoy the times.
Hard to enjoy the times if it's fun. Hard to do as Mortek will continue to drive that lead home as Kaiser does as well, and taking the first blood is, truthfully, I mean, it's all falling apart for the side of Hype Esports. Really, they are falling apart at the seams. Rated Gaming White has absolutely kicked the snot out of them the first 2 games.
Last one alive here, potentially, if Keys falls. However, the bomb is still down. 20 seconds.
You have got to be kidding me right now.
And that's the game! Off of an assassination, 6-2. That'll do it for the S&D, a 2-0 series lead for the side of Rated White after 2 assassinations inside of that game. That, unfortunately.
No, Connie, don't ready passers. I'm not ready. Okay.
Dirty nasties! The assassinations come through, and I said that kill on the Rao was disrespectful, but 2 assassinations in 1 game on the live stream, well, that in itself is just something that I can't tip my cap to, but I can certainly pull my beanie down to, so.
Yo, by the way, though, can we talk
Here's
about
that.
Connie catching both of those assassinations? Big shout out to the observer behind the boards, Connie.
He's just so hot.
Doing the real
honestly.
front work over here,
Like-
man. That's what we like to see. Nice
He's not-
observing.
Look, Shifty and I might be in the Tiny Wang gang, but I can promise you and assure you that Connie is nowhere near the stature that we are at here at Tiny
He
Wang
doesn't
gang.
even-
This
he doesn't even
man,
get that potential
this man goes to Subway and orders 2 footlongs. You do the math.
Yes.
It's a Philly cheesesteak without the cheese.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, all right, we're getting banned. And Andy's
He's from Philly. He's
too?
from Philly.
Oh my goodness.
We're having fun here
Wow.
tonight. It's a Thursday, man.
That's
Tomorrow's
tough.
Friday. Then it's
Well,
Saturday and Sunday, and then we got NASCAR on Sunday. But more importantly, not only do we have this K7 match, but
It's hard for
unfortunately, I
us
gotta
to
say,
talk about anything
Chippy,
other than
no,
what's going on.
if I heard correctly, is next week our off week here at K7?
Yes, that is
That makes me
the
sad.
truth. I know, same. However, I believe that we're behind the scenes working on a potential staff versus production staff game to suffice or hydrate your K7 thirst.
Just like you can
Very much.
hydrate with some Rogue Energy.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Corn, do you know what I hear right now?
The fans cheering because I just hit a walk off.
No, I mean other than that, but the I'm hearing the tick down of the lobby starting.
Oh, does that mean
that means some
in the
checkmate.
transition?
That means
Oh.
some checkmate. That means
Oh.
some checkmate is
Oh.
coming out.
Damn it.
I know, yeah, what a
Any
shame.
other map would have been great, but it had to be checkmate. Oh, well.
Hashtag it had to be checkmate. I need it in the chat right now.
Hashtag TWG. If you're a real one, you know what that stands for.
I'm putting that in the chat right now.
Okay, 1v1 to start the control here. This is beautiful.
What's up,
This is
Hero
exactly
in?
what we love to see.
What's up, Hero
They're gonna play this one out too. Did both of their teams just agree to send one-on-one here inside of the plane? Oh my goodness, it's Freshy who finds the first kill. Body shot galore to rain down hellfire from above. And I don't know why we're stopping this. Connie, go back. This is comedy. Unless it's stopped, then of course you don't have to go back. See, yes, this is what we paid to see, folks. A 1-versus-1 team. Are we just
Between
gonna see a
two
whole
members that are on the
1v1
same
today?
team, by the way. Between two members that are on the same team. Freshy and
Same
Kaiser.
team, different teams. It doesn't matter. This is the 1-versus-1 of the century. This is rivaling Shifty and Hero's 1v1 from last night, where Shifty took down Hero and stole a quick 40 puke.
Look at the long-range MP5 shots from Kaiser, though, as he's already capturing B. As I'm going to continue to cast this like this is the... What just happened? How do you get that kill? Kaiser, what are you doing, bro?
Not good. Let's I was gonna say let's watch the final kill cam. Connie! It's okay. You're still beautiful. I love you. Everything about you. Especially that Philly cheese. Folks, as we get the game ready, we're going to kick into a quick break. When we come back on the other side of the break, it's going to be checkmate control and potentially the ending to this best of 5 series. Who will take it? You'll find out soon. My name is McCormiel. That's Shifty, and we'll be back. We'll be back.
you by the fire. Listen, listen. There's something I must confide. I know I said that it'd be fine. I know I made it look like it'd be alright. But I think I learned my lesson, and I'm not gonna let you out of my sight. You can call me killer, 'cause I'll bring you to the light. And it might taste bitter when you're answering to God. You can call me killer as you look into my eyes. Nothing but a sinner. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away. You can call me killer, 'cause I'll bring you to the light. And it might taste bitter when you're answering to God. You can call me killer as you look into my eyes. Nothing but a sinner. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this time. You won't get away this
God.
We're back. Game 3 of this best of 5 series, match 40 out of God knows how many here inside of K7 Season 3. All I know is that I am happy to be here, and I'm happy to cast this match here with my good friend Hunter Pendygraft. And these last 3 minutes while you guys have been away have been some of the most blissful moments of my life. And I mean that. Starting off with Connie's Philly, and then paired with a little bit of Michael Jackson, and then we went to Bohemian Rhapsody for a bit, and well, we had a journey, quite literally singing journey. So, folks, we got one more match potentially here. Checkmate control for map number 3, rated white up 2-0. And Shifty, I really have no words. Quite literally have no words.
That might be the first time I've ever heard that in my entire life from you, Mr. McCornmeal. This match has absolutely rendered him speechless. As It's absolutely rendered the hyped esports fans speechless as well, as they've come out swinging duds throughout the first 2 maps. As really and truthfully, Rated White has had this one in a firm control throughout the entirety of the series so far. We're looking for Checkmate Control to potentially be the change to that formula. As you can tell, that Alex and I are just so in sync right now that his face represents what I'm saying at the same time.
Keep going.
I really hate the Dolphins. I just
Folks, don't see. There's a thing when you're a commentator, right? And you're supposed to be non-biased, right? And right now, I'm feeling a little bit of hate from one side of this party, and I don't know if I can continue. If I'm going to continue to receive this blasphemy from my counterpart here, it's bewildering and quite appalling.
Wow, I was really impressed by the
shocked.
bewildering and appalling.
Appalling.
Appalling. I was really impressed on those, but you said blasphemy like there was a T in between it, so you lost me.
Kind of get the game.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
But in all honesty, what are we expecting here? Let's get serious for 30 seconds. What are we expecting out of Checkmate Control after realistically hyped being put in a literal corner here during the first 2 maps? What are we expecting in map number 3? Do we really think that they have any semblance of an opportunity to bring this back, or are we going to continue to see Rated Gaming White just walk away with it?
I think first and foremost, we're going to see a couple gunfights go around the map, and
that's probably a fair
I
assumption.
think we're going to see a couple teams try to capture a zone. Realistically speaking, the defensive team
Give me
probably
the
going to win. I mean, no, I don't. Realistically, though, I think we're going to see the defense probably win a lot here. Offense will probably lose a lot, and then in tow, and that's probably how it's going to go. As Checkmate's one of those maps where the defensive side just reigns supreme 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10. I mean, if you've been watching any of the CDL, when they do play control, it is virtually impossible to win on offense here on Checkmate. Once we get down to those lower, I don't want to say lower caliber because that sounds rude, but lower caliber matches where you're not at the upper echelon, either at the pro level or the upper amateur level, like you do tend to see a lot more of those offensive rounds come through from these teams. So again, I'm not saying that these are bottom barrel teams. I'm not saying that these are bad players by any stretch. I'm just saying it's what we typically see in that discourse from the best of the best to trying to get there.
Absolutely. That was a beautiful way to word it. I think other than the whole, I'm not going to call them lower tier matches, but the lower tier matches thing.
Hey, you know what? I was trying to be nice because they're not lower tier.
No, absolutely not. I agree with you. I think we do see a duality between
villain here. This is my backstory.
I do. Shifty versus Corn on the
that would be sick.
In a comic book store near you.
Their birthday suits fighting on top of a skyscraper.
Dude.
Willie's blowing in the wind.
Are you kidding me right now?
No. Dude, that's pay-per-view type stuff right there.
I lost it.
Like, chat, tell me if you would pay for that. Type of one in the chat for pay-per-view. It's like Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather stuff right there, but naked on top of a skyscraper.
People in the chat will understand the 30-second delay is. Again, we are loading up here into Checkmate Control.
Don't understand why those are 12s. They'll understand it in a second.
Corn going absolutely ham on his keyboard as we're gonna see both teams try to go ham on one another. Here is again map number 3 in this best of 5. Both of the previous maps going in favor, heavily so, in favor of Rated White, as the defensive side will, again, like you said, be more than likely the preferred side here between both teams, as Rated White does start on that offense. So we'll see if they can make something happen with it.
Keys with 2 here early on. Quick.
My bad. Sorry.
Keys looking for 3rd here. Comes around the corner. Kaiser with the drop shot. Krieg in hand. That'll go ahead take everybody off of that A zone. They've got 1 tick of progress. Rated White, though, however, now looking once again on the offensive side, or rather the defensive side, to stop any pushes from the side of Hype eSports is going to be quite difficult for them to do, at least initially, because they don't have that necessary spawn trap just yet. However, 1 or 2 more kills can go ahead and get them that, and while Freshly getting that kill on the left side of the map is going to allow them to have an avenue all the way up through A Street back towards P2, pushing the spawns. They won't opt to do that. They're going to try and get everybody cleared out of middle map here for the time being as well, and it's going to work out in spades for them. Kaiser looking back over towards left, the spot that they just cleared out moments ago. That's where the spawn side for Hype eSports is going to be. Freshly helps and cleans up the shots there as well. Diamante comes through, but won't be able to clean him up, even though it's been a little bit of a good round for the side of Hype eSports. They got a tick of progress. It's been Rated White once again, controlling the pace of not only the game, but the entire series.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that really coming to fruition here? Is, I mean, we know that defense is going to be favored in some manner, and with Rated White starting on the defense, it's not a shock to see them take the first round, but so handily is definitely a different story. Is realistically, Hyped eSports, after they got that first third of progress, they were not able to traverse outside of their third of the map, especially with the constant pressure that was being applied by Freshly and company over towards their spawn. But with that being said, Rated White taking a first round in a very dominant fashion per the usual throughout the course of the series so far. Yeah. But they are back on the offensive. Let's see if Hyped eSports can work with this defense here and at least knot up the game before they start to chip away at the series.
The age-old testament with Stan's time here. Defense, they take the first round here. Let's see if defense can do the same once again. However, that's a quick 2 down. If 2 more fall for the side of Hyped eSports, that could be extremely difficult for them to go ahead and find the footing back in this game, especially after the spawn trap we saw at the end of that round on the defensive side from Rated White. However, the trades come through. The kills from the side of Hyped eSports are in. 3 players on a 1 spree right now, looking for potentially more, as it is the side of Rated White just trying to play this a little bit more conservative, a little bit more passive as they push up through the map, looking for that first pick here, a potential 4 kills, excuse me. And they'll start there with Wartech getting the kill there on the keys, but Ralph trades it out, 2 and 6 here to start off. Once again, not having the best series of his life, but he certainly turned around here if his teammate needs it. And while they've got a little bit of progress over towards A, the full tick is going to come through here in just a minute. Koi up top, and this is where a spawn trap could come in. Player number 4 from the side of Hyped eSports is going to be the biggest player, and that's going to be Ralph.
Yeah, again, Rated White. A bit of a late progress, but progress nonetheless, as now A has almost been completely captured and will do so as they add a minute left back, or a minute extra back onto the clock here, as lives very narrowly in favor of Hyped eSports, but that might change with a gunfight up in front of us as Koi will not be able to pick up that, but nice 2 trades coming back from the side of Rated White is currently back in 4th round here for the side of Hyped eSports. They have some flashes in the pan of greatness. That was one of them right there. Nice nade from Damon as Hyped eSports very close, about a minute left here, and see if they can continue to capture this defense.
Around the corner, Wartech there won't be able to find the shots. Will be killed by Damon up from the top. He's going to be able to find 2 on 3, looking for 4. Not going to be able to find those shots necessarily. Wisely challenges away, escapes with his life, but sees one up towards the top, and he was called out by his teammates looking for him now. Over towards the front side, the Semtex will get him weak, and surely the gunfights will come through. However, they're playing Ring Around the Rosie. Over towards Tetris, Wartech's going to lay down, and there's Damon with 4 in a row. 3 now for Keys, 1 for Josie, and they'll try to push up the map now as they've got themselves a clear-cut spawn trap, looking for even more. There's Damon on 5. 2 more will get him streaks. However, he's just got to play his life in that scenario if they even want a chance here inside of this game. Remember, they've still got potentially 2 more offensive rounds to go ahead and have to go and battle through to win this game. And if you get streaks there, it's going to make it a hell of a lot easier. Unfortunately, though, they're not able to get it. And now Rated White, they've gotten onto this point. They're trying to get B control and potentially take it all over. This is not looking good. The side of Hyped eSports all the way back in their spawn.
Yeah, falling apart at the seams for the side of Hyped eSports. They had an 18-10 live advantage at one point here, but full third of B has been ticked in favor of Rated White, as now that lives remaining advantage dwindling ever so slightly. Now that second third is halfway through. Yeah, Rated White looking primed to potentially run away with this game in a round that they should not have won by any stretch of the imagination. Kaiser is going massive and will finish that round off for Rated White. You cannot lose that from the side of Hyped eSports.
In a span of 15 seconds, Damon, who was on 5, falls. The rest of the side of Rated White basically gets 4 down on the side of Hyped Esports. They push up on the map. They get over towards B. They go ahead and start getting progress on it. Top plane control was the side of Rated Whites to keep under their control for as long as they saw fit. They won their gunfights. Mainly was Koi with the QBZ up top that found those initial kills. That's how they won that round. That's how they flipped it around. Unfortunately, then it was just a bit of gatekeeping from the side of Rated White that kept Hyped Esports all the way back in their spawn, and they just could not push up the damn map to save their lives, quite literally.
Nice entry. Kaiser there on the middle of the plane is now he's going to be able to pick up a second as well, evening up that lives count as Rao will be able to take another in favor of Hyped Esports as Josie will take 2 of his own now. The offense looking primed and ready for the side of Hyped Esports, at least for the moment, as everybody from Rated White now on the respawn. Koi going to be a huge player to watch, bumping a lot of shots, missing a lot of shots. We'll be able to pick up the kill onto Keys, but not before that first third and potentially the second third here, getting very, very, very close for the side of Rated White.
Well, Kaiser's got streaks to work with, so more utility for the side of Rated White here is we see them on their defensive round. They've got the tide advantage now for the side of Rated White. Go ahead and find the second kill, which will make it at least a 1 difference between these two teams. As 23-22, we stand inside of the control. 1 tick of progress over towards A. Wartech is some help from Kaiser and the FFAR. We'll go ahead and take down the player controlling that zone. They'll push up the map over here towards NASA. The streaks will come through. The cruise missile doesn't find anything initially. However, just going to play this one a little bit slower, and there it is. Kaiser unfortunately adds to Rao's despair as now he falls for a 14th time here into this game. Only 7 kills to go ahead and be the relieving factor. And as he falls once again, Rated White, they've taken control of this game. They've taken control of the series. And Shifty, before this match started, I said on paper, this match looks like one of the closest matches we've seen inside of K7 this season. But I also said that it was going to remain unseen how both of these teams would stack up against each other. And while we've had a clear-cut favorite from start to finish, Rated White behind Freshies 22-11 here in map number 3. We'll go ahead and at least find 2 rounds. They've got an opportunity for a comeback here, though. Hyped Esports, 2 players inside of B, but what I was going to say is it should be a 3-0 series win, but we saw something crazy last time. They got 2 stacked on A and 2 stacked on B.
Yeah, definitely a situation where you feel like Rated White is going to finish off the game. However, a late surge coming in from Hyped Esports, at least for the moment, is now Josie will drop, and that should be it. Rated White will finish off the game and the series in a 3-0 fashion. And truthfully, yes, you were right. It was something that on paper looked like it was going to be one of the best matches that we had seen across the duration of the league. And my goodness, it fell very, very far short of our hopes and expectations. But with that being said, definitely a lot of positives to take away for the side of Rated White as Hyped Esports. Not so much so, especially on the side of Rao, as you saw him leave relatively early after that game was over, definitely wanting to forget about this series and move on to next week.
First map, 100-point club for the side of Rated White as they won 250 to about 90. Map number 2 was a 6-2 victory for Rated White once again, and there in the control, we just see it. It was the end to a tale that really had no middle end and no thesis. It was just really all the way through Rated White showing their pure dominance in this best-of-5 series. They take the control in a 3-0 fashion, but you know, Shifty, one thing I will say is Hyped Esports, they had, again, you said it before, and they had glimpses of hope. They had little shimmering moments inside of their pot, and it just wasn't able to really come to fruition in the way that we hoped it would. Going into the rest of this series, they've got an opportunity to still get back to even here. It's going to be an off week, so a chance to scrim, a chance to kind of mesh with that new player they have on their roster. But realistically speaking, they do need to be a bit concerned, get back to the drawing board, and come out swinging instead of week number 8. Because if they don't, they are not only risking of staying under 500, but at 2-4, the risk of missing playoffs becomes much more severe.
Absolutely. I mean, this week is going to be absolutely pivotal in helping these teams understand where they stand in the rest of their division. And it's absolutely going to be crunch time for those teams that still have some big changes to make. We will see you guys not this coming week, unfortunately, unless we have staff games planned. On the lookout for the @K7 League Twitter to see if that goes down. Big shout out to our partners. Again, GetGudHosts, Innovative Gear, DropShotStats, Gamers Resort, Rogue Energy, everybody that makes this happen behind the scenes, DesignByYou.com for making the dope intro that we use every time. Thank you, Corn, for joining alongside me in what was unfortunately a one-sided match. Thank you to Connie for running the boards and making our jobs that much easier. And thank you guys for joining us. We will be live at least what we know, not this coming week, but the following Monday at 8 p.m. It'll be the same bat time, same bat channel. Come tune in. Follow us on Twitter at K7 League and follow myself and Corn over there. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful night.
Fire!